everyone. So this is our Claas 5300 rotor feed baler. We just had Shane and Wayne baling up to us. So as a bit of an introduction, this machine was first introduced in 2015. So we've had it for 5 years now. We run a single knotter system, a packer arm hydraulic pre-chamber with a 3.85 metre long chamber by 1.2 metres wide and 0.9 of a metre wide. So the first point I'll take through from front to back is the pickup here. We run a 2.35 metre wide pickup. We've got what's called a PFS on the pickup, which is the power feeding system. So you'll notice a full width auger right across the machine. Then we've got our guidance pedals putting it into the rotor here. So this condenses the crop down to about 1.2 metres wide. So great for keeping an even feed as you go into the headland, and then and for consistency in density as well. With pickup options as well, we have the option for a hydraulic feed option. So that means you can vary the speed of the pickup between 200 to 260 RPM. So for delicate crops like lucerne, vetch, anything that's leafy can shatter easily. Really important to maximise the product, so we can slow that pickup down and adapt it to get the best consistency there. With the hydraulic pickup option, these rollers also lift up, so if you get a blockage, you also get rotor reversers, so those top rollers will work away. And from the tractor as well, you can see everything running around the baler. So you've got a great view of the whole machine, so you can push it right to the maximum and react to any changes there. Moving through, we've got 3 crop feed options with the Quadrant. We've got the rotor feed option here, which is our standard machine. Then we have a rotor cut with 25 knives, and then our fine cut option as well. So with those 2 options, you get a knife draw section and a drop floor as well, a hydraulic drop floor in there. So we can vary the knives in there on the rotor cut between 26, 13, 12, 6 and 0, and then the same for the fine cut option. You can you're flexible with how many knives you want to put through. Next point is our pre-chamber. So this is something pretty unique to Claas. So in here we can change how many strokes the feed rate fills this pre-chamber here. So with the pre-chamber, you can make sure you've got a lot of product in here before it goes up into the main baling chamber and then shoots through to make a bale. Now, the benefits of that are, again, consistent densities. So we're filling the chamber if we've got a smaller windrow like we've got today, or if we've got different crop types, we can adapt that pre-chamber to suit and make sure we're getting the highest densities possible. So what happens is that feed rate there will actually change its stroke. It'll either do one filling stroke, which is 1-to-1, and so it's consistently filling the bale chamber. The next setting's the medium setting, so it'll feed the pre-chamber, and then the small windrow setting, so then it will completely fill that chamber before it shoots the product up into the main baling chamber. Also with this machine, something pretty unique to Claas is the APC. So that's our automatic pressure control. So we've got sensors on the main beam here and on the back of the knotters, and those 2 sensors basically give us a feedback to the terminal to tell us what our load limits are. So you can pretty much put your crop type in, put how much quality the tine is, and then you can drive it. So if you've got new drivers, anyone like that who wants to run a machine who's pretty inexperienced, you can just put those 2 settings in, let the guy drive, and not a lot's going to go wrong. So The machine will basically work out its load limits with those two inputs as well. Working back from there, we also run a single knotter system. So again, Claas first painted their single knotter system back in 1921. So that knotter stack is now 100 years old, that painted. So with a single knotter system, we hold our twine in a retainer, and then we don't tie 2 knots on our bale, we only tie 1 knot. Benefits with that, again, is like New Holland pointed out, no residual twine, so no tails there, and we're getting one consistent knot across the machine, so less parts there, less to go wrong, and less to work on as well. So we'll run 6 knotters along the top. Twine's held on the retainer, it'll spool out, and once our bale is complete, it'll tie there. The options for the Quadrant, some nice options that you can run. The pivoting wheels on the front here, we can run a wide angle joint shaft, wide angle universal shaft. We also have an additional knotter monitoring system, which will give us 3 extra knotter sensors, because on the standard one you get 3 sensors, and then the additional knotter monitoring gives you 3 extra sensors on the whole knotter stack, so 6 sensors, and then you also get left and right feed control there, so you can see how the chamber's filling as well. We have a weighing system which is standard here, and we can also put that in with Claas telematics to give us in-field bale weights as well. So something standard there.
I suppose maintenance, you've got a lube system on it. What else can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so maintenance-wise, we run a mechanical drive system, so the knotters run off a gearbox. The only actual chains we have are in the pickup here, so this is our only chains in here. The rest is a mechanical system with clutches on the left-hand side. Flywheel weight's 650 kilos, if you wanted to know that. I'll just touch on the tractor as well. This is our Axion 870, so this is the newest generation tractor from Claas. So we're running the Cebus Touch in the front here, which is the touch screen universal terminal. So we've just connected the isobus cable directly to the tractor, and then the machine's loaded up onto the tractor armrest there. The weight of the baler is between 12 and 16 tonne, depending on how you spec it, 12 to 16 tonne. Also on the top there's 2 turbo fans which clean the knotter stack. You won't be able to see them, but as it goes past, have a look at it. They run at 140 kilometres an hour and diffuse right across the working width of that baling chamber, so you'll notice it's kept quite clean on top there as well on the knotter stack. So our strokes per minute are 46 on the plunger strokes there. And we've got electronic knotter monitoring, so you won't see any sticks popping up behind. It's all through the terminal there. We have electronic adjustment of the bale length as well, 1.5 to 3 metres. So if you come and have a look at one of these bales, you'll notice the tails and the single knot, quite good to look at. Really tight and embedded into the bale here. Good at night if you're trying to see whether your string's retained or not. So we're running at 2 metre bale size. That bale that just fell out just now is 620 kilos. This baler's our demo unit, so thanks very much to Claas Harvest Centre Chuka for loaning it for this day. Thank you.